Western Australia will reinstate its hard border with New South Wales from midnight tonight. The Premier has announced travel will no longer be permitted, declaring New South Wales has moved from a low-risk to medium-risk state. Mark McGowan says Sydney's escalating outbreak has forced his government's hand. He admits it was a difficult decision so close to Christmas, but the safety of WA residents remains top priority.
Effective from midnight tonight, that is 12:01 a.m, Sunday, December 20, the hard border with New South Wales will be reinstated. This is the highest rating of any state or territory, and these are now extraordinary circumstances. I wish I didn't have to be making this announcement, but as Premier I have a responsibility for every Western Australian, and I need to do what is right to keep our state safe and strong.
Anyone coming into WA from New South Wales must seek an exemption, which will be few and far between. They are only available for government officials, Commonwealth MPs, active military personnel, and for people carrying out crucial transport.
The final category includes compassionate reasons, including those West Australians that may have travelled to New South Wales recently and need to return to WA. These people will be assessed on a case-by-case basis.
It's hoped the hard border will be up for a short period. Premier McGowan has criticised the Berejiklian government's handling of the Northern Beaches outbreak.
I just say to New South Wales, they need to get it under control. They need to get it under control. I don't blame them for what's happened. I'm not going to point the finger. I'm just going to say to them, they need to get it under control. This is causing grief all over Australia. So they need to kill the virus in Sydney, in New South Wales. They seem to be engaging a sort of a form of whack-a-mole. You know, they try and step on a gym here or a restaurant there. Rather than playing whack-a-mole, they need to kill all the moles.
68 people from Sydney's Northern Beaches remain in isolation in WA. They have all returned negative results. Health Minister Roger Cook says the situation is highly unpredictable.
The COVID-19 situation in Sydney is very fluid and potentially widespread across Greater Sydney and beyond. We will continue to monitor the situation extremely closely, and we will do whatever is needed to keep Western Australia safe.
Other states have responded by escalating travel advice to ensure Christmas isn't compromised. In Queensland, any travellers from the Northern Beaches must spend 2 weeks in hotel quarantine at their own expense. Victoria is not allowing travellers from the region to cross the border until further notice. Anyone from Greater Sydney must have a test on arrival and self-quarantine. The Northern Territory has restricted travel from the Northern Beaches. Anyone who has been there must spend 2 weeks in hotel quarantine, also at their own expense. Tasmania has declared Greater Sydney a hotspot, meaning anyone from the area who travels to the state will be required to spend 2 weeks in hotel quarantine.